Neil, everybody's had a chance to calm down a little bit since Tuesday. You decided not to appeal any of the 2 red cards. Why is that?
Because the referee, in his mind, is obviously will think that he's had a good game and he's got all the decisions correct. And there's no point in appealing it, because I think the referee's got to be seen to have made a mistake or whatever, and there's not much point in going down that road. So we have to accept the punishment, and we have to get on with it. And like I've reinforced to the players, nobody's going to give us anything. Nobody's going to do us any favours, and we're going to have to really just keep battling on. And you hope that over the season you will get some decisions in your favour, and therefore, if that's the case, then we're due a little bit of luck and a few decisions going our way as well.
It's a 4-match ban for James Gibbons. How big a blow is that?
He's a very important player for us. He's a player that we can ill afford to lose, especially going into this period of difficult games. But we just have to get on with it. I feel for James because certainly there's no intent on his behalf. He's not that type of player. He's a very honest player. He plays with aggression, but it's controlled aggression for me. And I think the game of football is killing itself by the way it's going in terms of not being able to challenge for balls. And it's also killing itself, I think, with players' reactions to fouls, which I don't agree with, because it's one thing to be genuinely injured, but when you're rolling around and banging your hand on the floor, I think it's excessive, and that's what's crept into the modern game, and it's something that I don't like at all.
With Adam Yates injured, what options do you have to cover for Gibbons?
Well, I know I've played right back a few times in my career, but I definitely won't be making a comeback.
Is it going to have a knock-on effect in terms of shape and your approach?
Look, you're going to get injuries and suspensions. I think that's all teams get that. We will have to obviously, look at. Well, I know what team I'm going to play. We need to do a bit of work tomorrow on that, and we've just got to get on with the game. So it is what it is. We can't dwell on it. I'm afraid, like I've said, nobody's going to give us anything, and nobody's going to feel sorry for us in the position we're in. So whoever plays there's got to do a good job, and we've got to go into a difficult run of games and try and get a formation that or a structure that suits us.
You played on Tuesday night. It's now Thursday lunchtime, and you know your team for Saturday already. Mm-hmm. How much does that highlight the lack of options available to you?
It just highlights the fact that there's several players have been given a chance, and there's several players who get a chance all the time to state their claim, but I haven't been. They haven't done enough to convince me that they deserve to be in the team, and that they can make a significant contribution in the team.
If the players play for the rest of the season like they did with 9 men on Tuesday, how much does that highlight that they've got the fight and grit to get out of the mess that they're in?
I think if you don't have the determination and the fight to get results, then obviously, it's a foregone conclusion, then you're going to get relegated. But if the players show that they have got enough fight and enough desire, then that gives you a fighting chance of getting out of danger. So I was very pleased with the commitment. I think we had a good spirit amongst the players before the game and after the game, togetherness, which we need to keep. And even with 9 men, we could have done a couple of things better, which we've highlighted today. But all in all, it was a good effort, to stay in the competition, and it showed that we did want to keep in the competition. And also it showed to the supporters who made the trip that the players are willing to put in a shift.
What kind of game are you expecting at Brunton Park against Carlisle?
Well, it's, you do a press conference every week and you get asked about the opposition, and it's not going to change. Carlisle are a team that's, they expect to to be up there challenging to get in the playoffs or to get promotion. They've got a number of players to pick from. They can change the personnel. They have played different formations, and they will pose a threat to us. But we have to get our own house in order, and we have to, look what we're going to do, and we have to try and influence the game in a positive way ourselves.